Why you need to buy Bitcoin before July the 22nd. That is the topic for today's video. Guys, we got breaking news today. It seems like we're getting breaking news every single day, but fantastic, we should, because these are all good news. We got the Trump administration, well, at least somebody in the White House telling Crypto in America, which Eleanor Tarrant, one of the best journalists in the crypto space, is a part of. We see here that a person that is an official in the White House mentions that by the July 22nd deadline, we could see recommendations on funding a strategic Bitcoin reserve in the US in a budget neutral way. Guys, if you're unaware, we were supposed to get a Bitcoin sort of accumulation working group report sent to the president's desk in June, but that didn't happen. We know the president was preoccupied by so many different matters that are more important than Bitcoin. So it's understandable that he wasn't able to get to Bitcoin specifically within the month of June. But now we have a July 22nd-ish deadline forming where we can get terms and clear ways of which the US government will hopefully want to buy and accumulate more Bitcoin. This will be fantastic for the Bitcoin price. I think, from my experience in crypto over the past 5 years, or 4.5, 5 years, I've seen Bitcoin move up in times of breaking news as such when we get clarity on how things are going to take place. I don't think the move of Bitcoin crypto accumulation strategic reserve is priced into the chart right now. We're not really seeing that hype play off. That's not the reason why Bitcoin's been going up. Bitcoin's been going up mostly because of the M2 money supply. So the understanding and the clarity on how and if the US is going to accumulate Bitcoin, which I think they will from what I see and what I read, that will be a catalyst, in my opinion, for price action. So I think until July 22nd, I would at least be adding to my DCA and buying and maybe even considering going long. And if you want to go long onto Bitcoin, then you can use the first link in the description of today's stream. And I just realized my screen was dead. You can go to the first link in today's stream. You will find a link to Weeks, which if you sign up, bind your phone number to your account, you will get 100 USDT for free to open a position on Bitcoin with, and that's with no deposit. So use the first link. If you deposit an additional $2,000 to your futures account and keep it there for 3 days, you will get 400 USDT for free to go on and trade with. This offer is only valid for a limited time, so make sure to claim that if you've not done so already. So July 22nd, important deadline, and I would be accumulating Bitcoin up to that deadline. So that's the first thing that I wanted to discuss in today's video. Guys, before we continue on, I didn't want to bore you and make you click off. So I just want to say massive, massive, massive thank you to all of the wonderful wishes, the happy birthday wishes that I've received over on YouTube, under this video specifically, over on Twitter, over on Instagram. It's just unbelievable the amount of endless support you guys give me. Thank you all so much. Today's been an incredibly busy day. Today is my birthday, but I did promise you a video, so I am bringing you this video. I'm going to get to almost every single one of your messages by tomorrow. So I have seen all of them. I didn't have the time to reply to them. There is over 100, and that's just incredible that that's the case. I will get to every single one of them. Thank you so much for your wonderful wishes. And yeah, you guys are fantastic. I love each and every one of you. Like I said in that video, that's going to remain constant forever. When we go to the Bitcoin price action, we're drifting around the resistance of the bull flag. Unfortunately, President Trump decided to apply tariffs to the markets once more. So Cambodia, Thailand, Bangladesh, Serbia, Indonesia, Bosnia, Tunisia, and most importantly, Japan and South Korea are getting a tariff on the 1st of August. So this tariff saga is continuing on, and that's why the S&P is taking a bit of a bad day today. I think it's a nothing burger, so we should be okay. It's just, Bitcoin needs a new catalyst to keep pushing it to the upside. And I think this July 22nd deadline, where we see America's budget neutral way of accumulating Bitcoin, I think that could be the catalyst, that primary catalyst, which allows Bitcoin to keep expanding to new territories and new heights. And I think it's a very good time to be buying Bitcoin regardless, because if we go to this wonderful 4-year spiral charts, which looks at the prior halving cycles and looks at how Bitcoin performs at this part of its cycle, Q4 and specifically the next 6 months from where we it's supposed to be the most profitable time and the best time for Bitcoin. And if we keep on following track to the previous cycles, which we've been doing so like textbook, and I expect Bitcoin to follow the previous cycles as it's always done and hopefully always will. I mean, until the mining and the supply and demand becomes a bit confusing in the next 50 years. But we're doing the exact same thing. And if we continue on with this, then in basically exactly 6 months, we should see a Bitcoin top. So this part of the cycle, this final quadrant, this is not a quadrant, this is a what? I don't know the mathematical term, but this part of the cycle is where Bitcoin is going to find its all-time high, and it's where altcoin season will hopefully happen, and it's the time where you're going to make the most money that you can. I know it's boring. I know it's very boring to be in crypto at this moment in time, but that's okay. It's something we have to push through. It's something that we have to go through together as a community, because we will reap the rewards when Bitcoin starts pumping and making brand new all-time high after all-time high, and we see time similar to 2021. So don't worry, everything is going to be fine. We just need some patience. Somebody that has a tremendous amount of patience is Michael Saylor. He said that, I mean, he kind of hinted he would be buying Bitcoin today, but he didn't buy Bitcoin. Instead, he decided to announce a $4.2 billion offering to buy Bitcoin via his secondary financial product, which is Stirred. This Stirred product leverages the main company's strategies, volatility, and somehow provides dividends to investors. And now he can actually raise capital without issuing more debts and creating selling pressure on the main company stock. He can raise money from Stirred, Stark, and Sturf, and use that money that he raises from these secondary products without creating the selling pressure on the main company. That's the most important point. And then he can take this money and then buy Bitcoin with it and then keep it on the balance sheet of Strategy stock. So I think this is incredibly bullish for Strategy. If you're considering to buy into Strategy, I think now is a great time. There is a mini bull flag forming on Strategy. I think now is a good time to be accumulating for the long term, because I still expect a $600 strategy by the end of this cycle. I think it's a very, very good buy. Simon from Metaplanet, one of the competitors to Strategy, actually not competitor, because the more Bitcoin that is bought, the more valuable the Bitcoin of Strategy. I mean, look, if there's more Bitcoin being bought, which are going to be held, then Michael Saylor's Bitcoin is going to become more valuable. So they're not competitors. Metaplanet has acquired 2,200 Bitcoin, compensating for Saylor's lack of buying this week. That's incredible. I mean, if they keep on doing this, then Metaplanet is going to go very, very far places. I'm not investing in their stock because I just think it's too over leveraged. I think Michael Saylor is doing a better job there. And obviously, how can I miss this breaking news that the America Party, which is what Elon Musk is creating as an answer to the big beautiful bill being passed last week, he says that fiat is hopeless, so America Party will embrace Bitcoin. We went into it in a lot of detail over on the Musho channel, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. But obviously, it's good for Elon Musk's party to embrace Bitcoin because of the funding, because of the single issue voters, so on and so forth. I think it's a good idea for them to be pro-Bitcoin, definitely. And I think that's about it. I mean, these were some memes that I found about turning 18. This is literally me in 2016 when I'm playing Clash of Clans, Subway Surfers, Temple Run, Clash Royale, Doodle Jump, and now this folder is converted into Binance and Bybit and Weeks and Coinflare. It's become completely different, and I do miss those days. So yeah, it's and it also sucks that I share my birthday with apparently the birth of the US dollar. So on this day, July the 7th, not only was Crypto Kid born in 2007, but also the dollar was born in 1785. So the dollar has turned 240 years old. That's insane. Luckily, we have a better alternative after 200 years, Bitcoin. So make sure you have some of that in case it catches on. Guys and girls, thank you so much for watching. It looks like the $8 billion whale transfer that we saw last week that spooked everybody, and we thought it was Da Vinci taking profits and retiring forever. Apparently, he's not selling. So fingers crossed. Hopefully he doesn't sell. Let's knock on wood. But guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you all on the next Bitcoin updates video on, tomorrow. So take care. Destroy the like button. Subscribe if you're not a crypto kid, and bye-bye.